Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so I just uploaded this Gambit Champion Spotlight Buff Ability Breakdown Leak Set video, or whatever you can call it. Right, but as soon as I was done uploading that video, and only reason I was able to do so is because somebody actually sent me a link to it. Right, so then what my cheeky mind decided to try and do is up here, if just in case, I edited the word Gambit out and I added the word Falcon. And when I do swap the word from the actual link from Gambit to Falcon, a new champion ability spotlight comes up, and seemingly that is the one for buffed up Falcon. So it's quite interesting. I will leave this link in the video description below as well, so you guys have a chance to break down all by yourselves. I'm not gonna read all of his developer notes again. You guys can do it yourselves. Seemingly he also has a prestige increase, so that is quite interesting. And I'm not gonna go through this ability descriptions, but let's actually check out all of his abilities. So enhanced synergy bonuses. Falcon's master's counter is always ready to lend a hand. His synergy bonuses all provide an additional 3% attack rating each. So that's quite neat, I suppose. Nothing exciting, but it's a quite unique thing to have, and yeah, why not? But here is the bread and butter of Gambit's rework. To begin a Recon scan, dash back and hold block. If block is held for 1.2 seconds, the opponent gains a lock-on charge for 14 seconds. While lock-on is active, Falcon's attacks passively reduce opponent's defensive ability accuracy by 100%. Lock-on gains 40% duration while fighting science champions, but suffers 20% duration while fighting mutants. So basically, you don't really want to fight mutants with Falcon for most part, but you're going to have really long, nearly 20-second duration on lock-on against science champions. Now, here's the problem. Once lock-on ends, it goes on cooldown for 8 seconds. I always thought that 8 seconds is a very, very long time to not have access to kind of like your bread and butter ability, and after those 8 seconds you still need to dash back, hold the block. So realistically you're going to be spending about 50% of the time not locked on opponent, because yeah, those 8 seconds expires and you still need to find a good decent amount of time to dash back, hold that block, then you're locked on, then you can get back into it. And I think 8 seconds is somewhat too long. I think that is a critical mistake that Kabam has made. Perhaps I'm wrong, perhaps he does still become an awesome champion, but I think the main reason he will not will be the fact that 8 seconds is a really, really long time to be waiting for your kind of like main ability to go on cooldown, especially because you're fighting for 100% defensive ability reduction. So that would mean, for instance, if you're using him against, I don't know, for an example, Electro, or if you're using him against Thorn's Node or something like that, that would mean that for 8 seconds flat out you cannot strike the opponent, and that seems like an awful long time. Anyways, let's get back to it. Falcon's basic attacks gain 3152 attack, so that is a very, very big increase, because this is based on a rank 5 5-star. And we can see that rank 5 5-star attack is 2425. So that means it's basically like 150% fury or 120% fury, something like that. So it's a very, very significant attack increase you can access from the very, very start of the fight. And this also makes me think that he could potentially be good for some relatively short length fights. And who knows? But yeah, anyways. Let's move on. The second very interesting ability and very interesting changes. On opponent's evade, Falcon's scanning system in his goggles recalibrates each time the opponent triggers a passive evade, increasing Falcon's critical damage rating by 134 indefinitely. While Red Wing is active, any evade that the opponent fails to trigger will increase Falcon's critical damage rating by 134 indefinitely. So basically, anytime opponent does try to evade, you get this 134 critical rating increase. Now indefinitely. Previously it used to be till the next critical hit that you land, But now it's not gonna go away, it's not gonna disappear, it's gonna be there forever, which also leads me to believe that in some matchups where opponents love to evade incredibly often, and in some longer evade heavy matchups, you might be able to get some ridiculous damage going out. It's probably not gonna be like top shelf damage, but there still should be some very big yellow numbers coming from your like regular combos while lock on is active and stuff like that. So that being said, you could potentially also have some, I don't know, decent use in Labyrinth. Maybe there are some ways, I don't know. But all things being considered, I think this is a neat bonus. I think combined with the fact that he has quite, well, reliable evade counter ability, you will actually have quite good time using him against like spider heroes or any other champions that do evade frequently, especially if you can kind of control it. And you could have access to some nice damage output. Okay, so let's move on. So special attacks. If Red Wing is locked on, Falcon's special attacks gain additional zeroed-in effect. So it's kind of like just like Magneto, where you gain a base ability, and then if you have that magnetism active, or in this case, if you zeroed in with you're locked on, then you have additional effects. So special 1, 100% chance to inflict bleed, dealing 2,546 direct damage over 3.5 seconds. And if you're zeroed in, you have 100% chance to inflict additional bleed. So you basically double the bleed damage. And that pretty much tells you already that you will want to throw your special attacks pretty much exclusively when you have lock on active. Now special attack 2. Opponent's physical resistance is reduced by 100% during this attack. Kind of cool. Zeroed in, plus 816 critical damage rating during the attack. Neat. Additionally, the second hit of this attack gains 100% critical chance. So basically guaranteed crit on this attack. And this could be like a quite big number, possibly, hopefully. Because if you're locked on, you have that attack increase, and yeah, it could work out quite well. Alright. And special attack 3, 100% chance to inflict incinerate debuff. That is what he used how. And if you're zeroed in, 100% chance to inflict 25-second vulnerability debuff. And attack a vulnerable opponent grants 816 critical damage rating. And I think developer note, the one developer note that I'm going to read here is, if you're not in a fight that opponents will be evading, this is going to be the best way to pump that damage up. Toss your special 3 and pound on the enemy. So basically, get your lock on active. I think so. By reading this, your cycle likely is going to look like you activate your lock on at the beginning of the fight. You spend 14 seconds with the lock on and attack boost active, and then you basically just keep pushing, keep hitting the opponent, keep pushing that power bar up. Then at some point your lock on will expire, your cooldown will start. You want to get to 3 bars of power. Then your opponent, once your cooldown expires, you want to activate lock on, land a parry, drop this attack, and go in immediately for a combo with vulnerability, attack increase, and everything else going on. But how good that rotation, how much damage you will do, still remains to be seen. And signature ability now is extremely easy. Red Wing's lock on lasts 2 seconds longer and provides additional 1000 critical rating. So it's a neat to have signature ability, not a must by any means. So I kind of like those signature abilities, and yeah, you will be able to use Falcon pretty much just as well if he's unduped, just slightly less damage. And when it comes to synergies, there's pretty much nothing of relevance. They changed some champions. He's in Ant-Man, Hawkeye, Captain America Infinity War, and rest of the Captain Americas, Cull Obsidian, Ebony Maw, Ant-Man, Hawkeye again, Vision, Black Panther, Civil War, War Machine, Black Widow, Thor, Ragnarok, and something that's coming soon. Ooh, interesting. He's gonna have a synergy with a new champion. So hopefully he gets a synergy boost. But other than that, I think we are pretty much done here. I do not think he's going to be anything overly outstanding. I do think he's at least going to be usable now. It all, once again, lies in the numbers. How hard he will be able to hit, how he feels with that cooldown time, how easy it is to kind of like get in your rotations. Overall, I think he might potentially have some uses. Will I personally be taking him to rank 2 or 3? I cannot see that, no, as a 6-star. I do have him as a 6-star and dupe, but I really doubt that I will be investing any resources in him. Perhaps I'm wrong. I would be very happy and open to be wrong. I would have a good skill champion to rank, right? But I don't see him becoming like actually day-to-day use champion. Definitely a lot better than he was. I must say that when it comes to Gambit buff and Falcon buff, at least whilst reading through them, I know I feel slightly disappointed, because like when Punisher 2099 small buff, and it's supposed to be like a level lower buff, came, I was pleasantly surprised because they tweaked every single number, they touched up on everything, so I thought when they're gonna be doing this buffed up, there's gonna be something a bit more, but I digress. Maybe when you actually see these champions play, they look and feel much different and much better than we can read on screen right here. But all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Remember, I am trying to push to 30,000 subscribers, so if you could please hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the other buttons, tell your friends to sub. I am really trying to change up my channel a bit, change the content. I have decided on more what I want this channel to be and what I don't want it to be. And first things first, I need your support, guys. So hit that like button and hit that sub button, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Thank you very much, and see ya.